Okay, so let's do next question. The park company is based in country whose currency is dollar. Okay, the company regularly import goods denominated in euro. Okay? Regularly sell goods denominated in dinar. This is the export currency. This is the import currency. Okay, import export currency. Okay. Two of the future transaction of the company are as follows: 3 month, 6 month, 6 month, 3 month, paying, receiving. Our company has the following exchange rate and interest rate available to it. Available to it. Available to it. Okay. Available to it. Spot exchange rate. 6 month forward exchange rate. Spot exchange rate. 3 month forward rate. Spot exchange rate. Dinar per dollar. Okay. 3 month forward rate, spot forward. Okay. Dinar, euro. 6 month interest rate, borrow, deposit, dinar, dollar. The finance director of the power company believes upward sloping. Okay. Upward sloping. Reported in the media, and there is another level of interest. Report 6 month interest rate to rise. Interest rate will increase. Okay, what is the future dollar value dinar receipt using money market hedge? Okay, receipt RBCI. Okay, RBCI. These are the steps for money market hedge in case of receipt. We already done so many questions on this, so I request you guys, you do this question by yourself. If you don't understand anything, you watch lectures again. My notes are sufficient to attempt any questions in risk management. Okay, they are very sufficient, and my lectures, if you don't understand the lectures, then watch again and again. Okay, and try to solve these questions. Okay, if you don't solve, then I can do so many questions, but you still face problems if you don't do by yourself. Okay, so this will be your homework. Okay, so moving on to next. Next is the indicate by clicking in the relevant boxes whether park company will find each of the following has to be effective or not in hedging foreign currency risk of the two transaction. Leading euro payment on its imported goods. Leading euro payment on its imported goods. Yes, because paying early. Okay, paying early for the import. Yes, because in the future dollar will depreciate. It means our home currency is the dollar. Okay, so means we are importer. It means the foreign currency will appreciate. If foreign currency will appreciate in future, which means we are importer and we will pay more in the future. So we will try to pay early in order to avoid the risk. So this is correct. Taking out a forward exchange contract on its future dinar receipt. Forward exchange contract is a way to hedge risk. Yes, this is also correct. Buying a tailor-made currency option for its euro payment. Yes, option is another way of hedging the risk. Okay. which hedging method will assist for company in reducing its overall foreign currency risk? Overall foreign currency risk. Taking out a long-term euro-denominated loan. Taking out a long-term euro-denominated loan means reducing overall foreign currency risk. Taking out a long-term euro-denominated loan. Okay, we already have the long-term euro-denominated loan. In euro we pay. Okay, euro in euro we have liability payable in euro. So if we create another loan in euro, which again do not hedge the risk, okay, it will create further risk. We have to create an asset in the euro. So this is not a way of hedging risk. Taking out a dinar denominated overdraft. Okay, let's understand this. Dinar in dinar we have the receipt. Okay, receivable in dinar. Okay, this is asset. So we are overdraft in dinar. Means we are creating a liability. So this will has the risk, right? The second is right. Indicate by clicking in the relevant box whether the following statement correct or incorrect. Okay, the purchasing power parity used to predict forward exchange rate. No, forward current future spot rate, not forward rate, future spot rate. Okay, so this is incorrect. The international fishery reserve can be used to predict real interest rate. No, nominal. National fishery fact is aggregate of real plus inflation. So this is nominal. Okay, so this is incorrect. Which of the following statement is consistent with upward sloping curve? Okay. Risk of borrowers defaulting on their loans increase with the duration of the lending. Yes, this is correct. Higher the duration, the higher the risk of default. Yes, this is right. Liquidity preference theory implies that short-term interest rate contain a premium over the long term to compensate for the lost liquidity. Now the short term for the long term. This is incorrect. Banks are reluctant to lend short term while government debt repayment are significantly increase the amount of long term funding available. Banks are reluctant to lend long term because in long term they have more risk. Yes, so this is incorrect. Government has increased short term interest rate in order to combat inflation. No, inflation is a long term. Inflation is a long term in the economy. Okay, so you have to increase the long term interest. Okay, this is incorrect. So only option is the A, which is correct. So if you guys find the right answer, so don't go and read all the options. Just tick that right and go ahead. Okay, if you have more time, then you can do. But if you don't have time, then just go ahead. Okay. The next question is the Peony company. The Peony Peony Company finance director is concerned about the effect of future interest rate on the company and has been looking at the yield curve. Peony Company has domestic currency is dollar. This is home currency and plans to take out 10 million loan in 3 months time. 3 months time for a period of 9. Okay, 3 to 12, I think 3 to 12. Okay, the company is concerned that interest might rise before loan taken. So bank offered 312 forward rate. So we are taking loan, right? We are taking loan. Which rate? Higher rate for the loan. Bank offer higher rate. Okay. The loan will be converted into pesos and invested in 9 months project expected to generate income peso with 200 peso in 6 months and 380 in 12 months. Current exchange rate is this. The following information of short-term interest rate is available. Dollar 6.5% interest rate and peso 10%. Okay. As a result of general uncertainty over interest rates, Peony Company is considering a variety of ways in which to manage its interest rate risk, including the use of derivatives. Manage its interest rate risk, including use of derivatives. Okay. The interest rate, Peony Company is considering a variety of okay, so let's read the requirement in relation to yield curve. Which of the following statement is correct? So the following statement is correct. Expectation theory suggests that deferred consumption requires increased compensation at maturity. No, expectation theory that say that expectation is that future interest rate will reduce. Okay, so this is not correct. An inverted yield curve is called by government action to increase its long-term borrowing. It's not about government, it's about expectation. It's not about government. Okay, it's because of expectation theory, expectation of lenders. Okay, oh, this is incorrect. A kink discontinuity in the normal yield curve can be due to differing yield in different market. Yes, the kink is due to different yield in different market, short term, medium term, and long term market. This is correct. Basis risk can cause the corporate yield curve to rise more steeply than the government yield curve. This is cause corporate yield curve rise more steeply than government yield curve. No, this is not correct. Basis risk is not about this. The difference between the price. Okay, this is incorrect. So the correct answer is C. The next is, if the interest rate loan is this taken out, what is the nature of compensatory payment under the forward rate agreement? The two drop down options. Okay, compensatory payment. We have to calculate for the 12 month and for 6 month. For 6 month, for 12 month and for 6 month. Okay, 5 forward rate for 1.5 multiplied. Okay, current spot is 5, so 5 divided by interest rate for 6 months. Okay, 5 5 multiplied, this is peso. So peso 1.1 for 1 year, 1.1 for 0.6 0.65 for the 1 year, right? So how much is the answer? That is 5.1643 for 3-month forward rate, 12-month forward rate, forward spot rate, future spot rate, future spot rate, future spot rate, 6-month future spot rate is, we have to convert it into, we have to divide this by, for example, 5 divide, sorry, 10, this was 10 divide 100 multiply 6 divided by 12. How much? 1.05, and the same for this. All we have to convert this into 6 month, and for this as well, this as well. Okay, so after converting this is 1.0325. okay, so 5.0848. okay, these are the forward rate. So now we are receiving these, we are receiving these in 6 and 2 months. In 6 months, how much? In 6 months 200, and 12 month 380. 6 month 200, 12 month 380. okay, in 6 months, what is the rate? The rate 5.0848 for 39.33. 39.33 380 for 12 months, 5.11643 for 73.58. 73.58. The total 112.9 million. 112.9 million. Okay, so next question, I'm going to clean this. Okay, I will try to solve. Okay, no problem. In the respect of Peony company managing interest rate risk, which of the following statement is correct? Okay, smoothing is an interest rate risk hedging technique which involves maintaining a balance between fixed and floating. Yes, this is correct. Smoothing means maintaining a balance between fixed and floating. Yes. Asset and liability management can hedge interest rate risk by matching. Yes, this is the example of matching. So both are correct. In relation to use of derivatives, Peony company, which of the following statement is correct? Interest rate options must be exercised on their expiry date if they haven't been exercised before that. Must be exercised. No, it's an right, not the obligation. It's an right. It's an right, not the obligation. So it is not correct. Any company can hedge interest rate risk on borrowing by selling interest rate futures, and buying them back in the future. Selling futures because in right now they have the loan. Okay, selling futures, which means interest rate futures on borrowing by selling interest rate futures. Selling futures, when you borrow, you sell futures, sell, then you buy the futures. Okay, then you buy the futures. In case of borrowing, you sell the futures, then you buy the futures. Okay, sell futures, then you buy the futures. Okay, so this is correct. This is correct. An interest rate swap is an agreement to exchange both principal and interest. No, only interest. Only interest. This is incorrect. The company has interest rate on borrowing by buying floor and selling cap. By buying floor. No, by buying cap. Because for borrowing you have to hedge against increase in interest rate and selling the cap. So this is incorrect. Only correct is this. Okay. Okay, so next question, marigold is based in country which use dollar home currency. Marigold has wholly owned subsidiary in a country which uses MS ceiling. In a country which uses subsidiary as a currency. The subsidiary financial statement are prepared in MS. Okay. But Marigold company is a wholly owned subsidiary of the company prepared in MS due to economic uncertainty in both countries. An exchange loss of 100,000 is expected to occur after consolidating the results of subsidiary into Marigold Group accounts. Okay. Marigold is expected to receive 300 from the subsidiary in 3 months, which it wishes to protect against exchange rate movement. Receive MS 300,000. 3 months time, the following is available: exchange spot 3 month, annual MS dollar deposit and borrow. Okay. What type of MS is the foreign currency expected to receive? Marigold company is expected to receive from subsidiary in 3 months time. Yes, Marigold is the parent company, parent or group company, which will receive from subsidiary who has currency as this is the subsidiary currency who is in different country. Okay. What type of exchange rate risk Marigold experience with 100,000 loss in the consolidated financial statement? This is the loss due to translation risk. Yes. If Marigold company uses forward market to hedge receipt, what amount will be received? Okay. Forward market to receive 3 months. After 3 months, so we will use 3 months. How much we received? 3,000. Which rate we have to use? Because we are receiving, so we receive less. When we receive less, we have to divide with higher rate. Which one is the higher rate? This one. So we have to divide it by this 1125. What is the answer? There is $269,663. Okay. Match the appropriate value to the relevant target in order to reflect what amount Marigold borrow, deposit, uses money market hedge. We already done so many questions, guys, so you do it yourself. So in case of receipt, we borrow, convert, invest. So have to tell the value of borrowing and investing. Okay, so these value you have to write here. Okay, Marigold company is now considering the use of options, to hedge interest rate, to hedge the currency risk on the receipt. Its bank has offered an over-the-counter option, means over-the-counter option with an exercise price of this one. Which of the following statement concerning the option is true? Option is more expensive setup compared to money market hedge. Yes, this is correct, because premium fees upfront cost. Yes, this is correct. An imperfect hedge will result as the option will be for standard amount of currency, and only a whole number of contracts may be used. An imperfect hedge will result as an option due to standard contract amount. No, this is not correct, because we have option, which is option. Our option is over the counter. So in over the counter we have customized amount, time. Okay, so this is not correct. So if dollar was strengthened against MS, Marigold company is likely to worse off by using the option compared to either forward contract or money market hedge. If dollar strengthened, okay, so strengthening dollar means the currency exercise price is worse. Exercise price is spot rate will be worse than the exercise price. Okay, so means forcing to exercise the option. Okay, forcing to exercise the option. So if they exercise the option, they have to pay the premium, right? And compared to forward exchange contract and liability. So this is correct. So if we exercise and spot rate is already high, so we have to pay the premium as well. And in case of forward contract and when we architect, we don't have to pay the premium. So this will worse off our contract more. Okay, so this is correct. Using an option as will mean that Marigold company is obliged to exercise the option in 3 months irrespective of spot rate on the day. No, it is an option, right? It is an option, not the obligation. This is incorrect. These two are the correct. Marigold company is unsure whether to use forward contract, money market hedge, and is comparing advantage, disadvantage of the two. Which of the following is true? Okay, so the following is true. The forward contract has the advantage of being tailored precisely to the marigold requirement. Yes, forward contract is OTC, but money market is a standardized contract which is imperfect hedge. Imperfect hedge. The forward contract has the advantage of being tailored according to marigold requirement, but money market has will be standardized coding. This is correct, but money market has is not standardized. It is according to their customized, right? So this is incorrect. First statement is correct, but second is not correct. Okay, so the whole answer is incorrect. The forward contract will result in Marigold company receiving the dollar equivalent the forward contract will result in Marigold company receiving the dollar equivalent. The forward contract will result in Marigold company receiving the dollar equivalent of the MS receipt in 3 months time, whereas the money market has provide dollar receipt today. Yes, this is correct. This is correct because in forward contract we receive dollar receipt in 3 months time. Yes, this is correct. And whereas in money market has we provide marigold with dollar receipt today. Yes, this is correct. The forward contract will result in effective rate of exchange being fixed. Effective rate of exchange fixed. Yes, in contract we fix the rate. Yes, whereas the money market has will allow marigold to benefit from the favorable movement in exchange rate. There is no such thing in money market has you take advantage of favorable movement. This is option, not the money market has. Okay, so this is incorrect. Marigold company will be obliged to fulfill the forward contract in 3 months time, whereas money market has could be traded on an exchange to another party before settlement. No, money market has cannot be traded with another party, and the contract money market Marigold company is obliged to fulfill forward contract in 3 months time. Yes, this is correct. Yes, this is correct. He is obliged, but this is incorrect. So the answer is B. Okay. Next is the home currency of RAN dollar. Company is a supplier in foreign currency, supplier in a foreign country. So the foreign country whose currency is dinar. In 6 month time, foreign currency is dinar, and the company has a supplier in foreign currency. Home currency of dollar, and the company has a supplier in foreign currency which is invoiced in dinar in 6 months time, and the company may make payment to the supplier in the 3 million dinar. The company is considering exchange rate, but exchange rate spot, forward rate, spot rate. Okay, borrowing, deposit, dinar and dollar. So home currency, foreign currency, and this is dinar. Foreign company wants to compare making a lead payment. Lead means early. Okay, early payment of now with taking out forward exchange contract of 4 and exercise in 3 months time, as the company is sort of cash to borrow money in order to exchange this, and company is considering raising $500 in 3 months time. $100 in 3 months time, in order to ease its cash flow problems, the company would borrow the money for a period of 6 months. Okay, in 3 months time for 6 months. Okay, for the 6 months, it means 3 to 9. Exchange rate for the forward rent company has been offered to FRA 3 to 9. Yes, this is for us. This is only for 6 months. This is not relevant. Okay, the company is considering interest rate derivatives. In relation to interest rate derivatives, which of the following statement is correct? Following statement of interest rate futures can be closed out at any date. Yes, before expiry. Before expiry, close out at any date. Yes, this is correct. For an exchange agreement, fixed interest rate on future long-term borrowing. Future long-term borrowing. No, short-term borrowing. Short-term borrowing. Okay. So agreement is for hedging short-term risk. Okay. Swap is used for long-term hedging the risk. Okay. So if the interest rate options are allowed to lapse, there is no overall cost to the holder. No, premium has to be paid. Premium paid on option. This is the cost. This is the cost for the option. Yes. So this is incorrect. Buying both interest cap and floor is an example of interest rate collar. No, buying both. Buying cap, selling floor. Buy cap, sell floor. Cap, sell floor. Okay, is a way of collar. So this is only correct. Considering forward value $3 million payment and comparing the lead payment and forward exchange contract, select the correct items from the drop down list. Okay, according to forward exchange contract, how much we pay? How much we pay? We will pay 1 divided by 94. 1 divided by 4. We will pay $1575.0. But as per lead or spot, right now we will pay how much? How much we pay? Divide 2. How much we pay today? Say 1,500,000. Okay, so we will pay this now. So I mean, we are paying this after 6 months. After 6 months, we are paying this now. So there is a 6 month difference. 6 month difference that is not comparable. So we have to deposit this into 10%, but 10% is 10% is we have to consider it a borrowing cost. Sorry, borrowing cost. Okay, so borrowing cost for 5 and what is the amount? 575,000. Okay, this 1575000 minus 1546392. How much? How much extra we pay if we go with FEC? If we go with FEC, forward exchange contract, how much extra we pay? We will pay 28,608. Okay, 1546. 15. Okay, 28 or then lead payment. Okay, 28 more. this is FEC, this is FEC, this is lead. So we don't have to lead. We save by using the FEC. We save 28,000 less by FEC. Okay. So next is the if RAN company takes out the relevant FRA and borrow at base rate of 10.5 year in 3 months time, what is the net saving of borrowing? Net saving of borrowing. Okay. As for FRA, how much? For FRA, how much? How much? 5,000. But if we borrow, then how much? We borrow, right? We borrow at this rate, then how much? 10.5 multiplied 6 divided 12. 6 divided 12. In 3 months time for 6 months, right? For 6 months we borrow. Okay. So 26 to 50. 26 to 50 we will pay by the borrowing. So we have to pay 25,000 according to forward rate agreement, but we are paying 26,000 due to this change in movement. Okay, so how much we receive? We receive 1,250 from bank. We receive this. So how much is the cost? Our cost will ultimately this 20. How much is the net cost of borrowing? Ultimately our cost will be 25,000. Okay, because we receive 1,250 from the bank. According to four-way equivalence model, which of the following statement is correct? So the following statement is correct. Sorry guys, I'm making video in the night, so that's why I'm very tired now. So I will quickly complete this, okay, and try to solve your questions, because until you solve you do not understand. And watch my lectures as I mean, as if you don't understand, you watch twice, thrice, 2-3 times my lectures, then try to solve the questions. And there is nothing outside from my lectures. My lectures cover every questions, give every questions we solve in this kit. Okay, so and we also cover the whole kit questions. So you are very comfortable. You should be very comfortable with this chapter, risk management. Okay, so let's do last questions. According to four-way equivalence model, which of the following statement is correct? So the following statement is correct. If exchange rate is 2 dinar per dollar, a relative increase in dollar interest rate will cause dollar forward rate to appreciate against dinar. If the exchange rate is 2 dinar per dollar, okay, the relative increase in dollar, if increase in dollar interest rate means reduction in dollar will depreciate, will cause dollar forward rate to appreciate. No, dollar will depreciate. So this is incorrect. The International Fishery Fact states that expected change in spot is equal to expected change difference in inflation rate. Inflation rate. No, it's the purchasing power parity says this. This is not correct. Forward exchange rate reflect interest rate parity. Forward exchange rate interest rate parity. Yes, rate interest rate parity due to interest. You can calculate forward exchange rate using interest rate. Generally, banks use this method. Okay, so this is correct. This is correct. Purchasing power parity relates exchange rate and long-term interest rates. Purchasing power parity relates exchange rate and long-term interest rate. No, purchasing power parity relates to exchange rate. Exchange rate. Okay, purchasing power parity relates to exchange rate. Oh, sorry. It's related to purchasing power parity relates to inflation. Inflation, not the interest and exchange rate. It's the inflation. Okay, so this is incorrect. This is right. In relation to forward currency risk, which of the following statement is correct? So the following statement is correct. The economic risk is exchange rate risk that can be avoided by operating in domestic market only. No. Exchange risk is still faced by the company who is only dealing in domestic market, because if our country currency depreciate, our export will increase. So ours, if we are only operating in domestic, so our domestic sale will decrease. So we affected by this, even if we are not dealing in exchange or in foreign market, right? So this is not correct. Exchange rate risk arises because changes in exchange rate that have not been anticipated. Yes, this is correct. Because exchange rate risk is due to changes that are not expected by the inflation and interest. Okay, this is correct. So now, guys, we already completed our whole chapter and questions, whole lecture, questions and chapter. So you try to watch the lectures 2-3 times, then solve this with my lectures, and then you try to solve again this and this from the exam kit. I hope you like this, my efforts, and appreciate my videos and lectures, and wish you good luck for your exams.
Everybody, my name is Neeraj Sen. Thanks for watching. If you are benefited from the lecture, consider like, share and subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I will meet you in the next video.